Hello. Welcome back. It is Q. We are diving right into today's video. We are going to texture our MLO. And in the video, you're going to hear me talk about, we're going to do window. We're not doing the window today. We are going to be saving the window and doors for like the final things that we do. But we are texturing, so I'm really diving deeper into how to texture your materials and how to get, good quality materials for your MLO. We're gonna be adding multiple materials so that you know how to add multiple materials, not just one, but so that you can add as many as you want. Okay. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you're new here, go on and subscribe because we will have more videos like this coming in the future. If you are enjoying the series, please leave a like on the video, share it with your friends, help more people learn how to make MLOs. I know there's so many people out there who've been dying to learn. I won't talk anymore unless I'm teaching. Okay, let's get started. See you in Blender. All right, y'all, we are coming towards the home stretch of this series. Today we are going to add texture to our interior. I have texture saved already. Hopefully you have had time to go and look using the websites that I gave you. Find yourself some textures. There are other websites you can use too, but that one's pretty easily accessible, so that's the one that I gave you. But if you want to find other textures, you can Google Blender materials, Blender textures, free Blender materials, free Blender textures, and you'll get quite a few websites that'll pop up. There are some that are free. There are also some that are paid. Obviously you get what you pay for, so the more when you pay for texture materials, it'll probably be might be better. But I found some really good textures that are not paid. So and then with GTA, it all depends on what you are trying to create, honestly. But I have the website up. I already have textures, but I do want to go through the website just a little bit for you. I have about 3 textures that I am going to apply to the interior, not including the window. So this is the website. If you have not gotten the link to the site, check the description box of this video for this site. Check the Discord and the resources channel, or check the Discord channel where the videos are posted for this series. The link is posted with the actual video, this video. So if you go to Discord, you go to video tutorials, you find this video that you're currently watching. In the comments, you will find a link for this website, as well as a link for the PNG to DDS website. Okay, you will need this converter because PNG textures do not work for GTA 5, so make sure you have this website also. But once you get to this website, all you do is click explore all 2,415 assets. You click and it'll bring you to this page. You can search, you can type in the search box and find the texture. This is really nice. These are slightly different, but that's really nice. Find whatever you want. This brick is nice. Keep in mind we are making like a little hacker hut. Oh, this material, this is nice. I'm creating something else. I like this floor. I like that. What is this? Metal. Okay, but just find you something that you like. This is nice. Oh, it's really nice. Find you something that you really like, and once you click on it, say you chose let me see something. Say you chose this floor, this concrete right here. Basically, I typically use download 2K file first. You can do 1K, 2K. I always start, initially I was starting with the higher, but obviously the higher your file, oh my god, I cannot talk. The higher your file size, the higher the quality, the higher the file size. And if you're doing a 2K PNG, this is how big the file size is. This isn't the just one image, but these are all the different files within this zip folder. So just if you do go 2K, just know you will probably have to size down eventually to optimize your textures. I always go big first. I don't go to the biggest, but I go 2K just so I can see the quality for myself, and then I can decide, okay, where I want to minimize my files so that I can better optimize it for performance when you're actually like sending it out to other servers and whatnot, so that you don't have crashing and things like that, or texture issues for some people whose PC isn't the strongest or the most powerful, will have difficulty loading in large file size. Or if your server, the server that you're that has your MLO, maybe they don't have a whole lot of RAM, don't know much about RAM, so on and so forth. But I always start here first. You can start at 1K. It won't look too much different, but I love quality, so I always start with 2K. So you get your just click on it. It will download it. I already have mine downloaded, but I just wanted to show you. You will have to unzip it in order to access the files. All right. And then you also have to convert it. So I already have my textures. I have two that I want to use. So I want to use this. I want to try this out maybe for the floor, and then try this black brick for the wall. I don't remember where I got these textures from, so but I'm sure, like, if you want to use the same textures or follow along with me, I'm sure you can possibly just type in the search feature and get the same texture. And by search I mean like up here, or get something similar. Okay, or just use whatever you want. I'm also going to make a texture in Canva also, so I'll show you guys that. All right, so let's go back to Blender. What we're going to do is hide this exterior shell. So I think it's this right here. You hold down Shift where it says Form Shed. Yeah, we're gonna hide that so that we can see just the interior. We're not gonna move it yet. We're gonna leave it here. Okay, so now that we have this here, we are going to utilize a different viewport to help us texture our interior. So we're going to utilize the shading viewport, and we are going to utilize the UV editing viewport. But to make things easier, so you don't have to click back and forth between all three, we're going to basically open up those viewports here on this one screen. Okay, so in order to bring that up, the UV editing and shading, what you're going to do is bring your mouse over here to the left hand corner, and once it turns into a crosshair, you're gonna left click and drag. Okay, we don't want to drag down, so if you did end up dragging down like me, you can just come over here somewhere, and you can right click. Okay, this part right here, this doesn't really bring it up, so we're not going to right click here, but if you come over here closer, it'll bring up like next to object mode, it'll bring up a different menu, and you can go to close area and it'll close it for you. Let's try that again. Actually, don't drag down, drag to the right. So when it turns to a crosshair, drag over to the right. Okay, so now we have something different. We have a double What is this? The layout viewport. Okay, so we're gonna change this one, this viewport from layout to UV. So come up here to the left hand corner, go down to UV editor and select it right here. Okay, now take your mouse and go back to the left hand corner, left click and drag down. Now we got like a duplicate of the UV editor. We're not gonna have this one as this is gonna be our shader editor. I'm gonna come over here to the left hand corner, click and go down to shader editor. Boom. And then like you can get rid of this menu right here by pressing N, just like we do in this viewport. If you press N, it'll bring out this menu. Press N again to go away. N, okay, N. We don't need this just yet, so you can like just come right here. When your mouse cursor turns into the line with the two arrows, you can just drag it over out of the way. Now what you need to do is bring up the Solemn's Tools menu by pressing N. Yours probably might look like that. What you're gonna do is go into Drawables and then click on Shader Tools, and we are going to create a new shader material. I don't typically use default. You can use default if you want a flat image texture. If you just need a flat image texture, then I would use default. Sometimes you might use a flat image texture for maybe a photo frame, a photo within a frame. That's when I use it. So when you see, unless I have created a normal map for actual, maybe I want something to look like it's a painting, a real painting. If I want that, then I'll use a different shader material. But if it's just a picture, you want to create artwork for a museum or a painting or photo that you're going to hang on a wall, or maybe you want to put a photo in a furniture pack, artwork in a furniture pack, I would typically use default shader, the default shader. I'm not going to use default shader for this interior because we want a little bit more detail to the material. So what we're going to do is go down to normal spec, and this is what will allow us to create more detail for our material. And you're going to click create shader material, and your interior should turn black. If it did turn black, then just go back and make sure you have it selected, and then click, choose normal spec and then create shader material. Okay. All right. Now that we have it selected, because you created the shader material, now you should have something over here in the shader editor. Let me zoom in. This is where we are going to apply our textures. All right. So let me pull up my textures. I will do the brick first. But wherever you extracted your texture, this is where I'm in my folder, the folders that I extracted my materials, and I am going to create a new folder within this folder and call it DDS, because we have to convert these images to DDS. From this package, I'm only going to be using 3. I'm going to use the base color, which is also the diffuse sampler. I'm going to use the roughness, which is the spec sampler, and I'm going to use the normal map, which is the bump sampler. Okay. With that being said, I'm going to pull up this. This is where I'm going to convert the photo, the image texture. So let's see. Let me grab this address so that I can just type it in here on this website. Paste it there and press enter, and it'll bring me to what I need. So I'm going to start with the base color. Open after you click choose file. I chose the base color. DDS target format. It should be DDS. Then 100 image quality. convert. Okay, so it should have converted it. Then you click the download button. Then this link right here will download it for you. Okay, so there it is there. So what I'm going to do is open this back up. Open up my DDS folder and drag. Okay, listen. I normally do this on 2 screens. So let me see. I'm just going to do it like this. There we go. And then put it in gallery mode so I can see it. I'm just going to name this. Okay, that's not what I was trying to do. Rename it to black underscore brick underscore diffuse. When you're naming your textures, make sure you don't double name your textures, because you might have, like, maybe you have two types of black brick and you're using both types in your interior MLO creation. And if you are, make sure you name them something different. Don't name both black brick diffuse, because it will confuse the actual game, and the game is just gonna choose one, and you're gonna wonder why. Okay, this texture is not what I need to be. Make sure you differentiate what you between the two in your naming. Okay. All right. So close out of this window. We are gonna go and grab. I always exit out of this so I don't accidentally download the same file. You don't have to. Do what you want to do. We're gonna go and grab the normal. Same thing, convert. I am walking you guys through this. I wasn't gonna walk you guys through this section because I figured you can figure it out, but sometimes you just need a little extra help, and I'm okay with that. Okay, that should have downloaded. Okay, we're gonna call this black underscore brick underscore normal. You can write normal or norm, doesn't matter. I just I'm naming stuff for my convenience, and you should do the same. Next out of this, go back to that page, and let's choose the last one, which is the roughness, and then convert. And then download. Click the link to download. Where is it? Here it is. Okay, black underscore brick underscore, what is this? Spec. I changed it from it saying roughness to spec because in Blender, these, if you zoom in, this says bump, this says spec. Well, I didn't change the normal. I sometimes I get confused between which one is the normal and which one is the spec. The roughness is the sampler. Okay. That one is pretty. The diffuse is pretty easy to remember, and then the spec is roughness. The bump is the normal map, which will make it look 3-dimensional, like it's real, more realistic. All right. So now that we have named those, we are going to apply the texture. This is going to apply the texture to my whole building, which is okay. It's okay. It will do it every time, and you will have to go and re-texture your walls and everything, which I'm going to show you how to do that now. Okay, so let us go on and start adding the textures. You can get rid of that menu. We don't need it right now. Press N to get rid of it. Let's apply the diffuse sampler, which is our base color. Right here in this little box, you're gonna click on the folder where it says open image, and I'm just going to paste the address from where I saved it, like, because ain't nobody has time to be trying to search and find it. Like, if you want to search and find, like, go find where you can do that, but it's so much easier if you just copy the address and then paste it here. This is our diffuse sampler. This is what we're going to choose, and it says open image. Boom, it's there. Okay, nothing has changed here yet. Next, we're going to go and grab our spec sampler. Same thing, click the folder, paste the address here. Spec sampler is our roughness, or with the file image that we named spec. Okay, click open image. Boom, it's starting to change. Look at the inside, something happened. See, if you undo that, see, I'm so silly. I'm gonna put it back. Okay, so something is changing. It ain't what we want it to be just yet. It's getting there. Okay, so now we have our bump sampler, which is our normal map. Let's go get it. Boom, click it, open image, and that's it. We have applied textures. So a couple of things have to happen to this. This is probably what most people see when they apply their textures, and they were like, why I did it, but it's not changing. It's just one color. Well, two things. One being, which is probably the most important, is we have to rename this UV map. And you would come down over here to the right hand side of the screen, toolbar menu, outliner. This upside down triangle with the 3 dots. You click on it. And then you go down to where it says UV maps. And we're going to rename this one. Okay. All we're going to do is just put a space and then the number 0 and press enter. That's it. Now your texture is actually showing. Oh, you can actually see the brick, but it's not right. It's not quite what it's still not quite right. Okay. Go into edit mode, tab into edit mode. Okay, and then we're gonna press A to select everything here in our view. We have to unwrap this model. UV unwrap it. So basically, you're gonna come up here to UV, and we're gonna unwrap. So I do a couple of different things, or I really just do what makes sense to me, or whatever works best, or what allows me to get my texture to look what allows me to get my textures to look the way that I want them to look. So sometimes I'll use smart UV project, and then other times I'll use cube projection. Today, since this is basically a cube, I'm going to use cube projection. Okay, so we click cube projection. And now if you tap back into object mode, you can see the texture. And then you're probably like, well, it still ain't, it's still like, who wants their brick wall to be that big? Like, nobody. You're right, nobody. So tap back into edit mode. Now this is where our UV editor section comes in handy. Now we have to edit our UV map. So over here in this viewport, you are going to, again, press A to select everything here. And basically we're going to resize it by scaling it. If we make it bigger, right, it'll make these bricks smaller. So let's just do that. Let's make it bigger here. So you press S and then scale. Let's see what it looks like at there. You can press tab to go back into object mode so you can see. Like, this isn't bad. This ain't bad. I'm not gonna change the shininess of this just yet. We'll test it out in game. I'm actually gonna leave everything as it is, but I'll show you where you can edit the parameters so that if you don't want it to be shiny, then you can change it. Okay. But yeah, this look like I needed to look. This look like it. All right. Maybe a little smaller. Maybe a little smaller. Let's scale it up just a little bit more. Okay, yeah, we'll do that size. This is quite a big, it's a nice size space. Make sure you are saving along the way. All right. How much time? Okay, we're at 25 minutes. So honestly, you can leave it like this and it'll be like this the whole way through. We're not doing that. We're going to go a little further and add a different texture. What other texture did I say? We're going to add this to the floor. Maybe. We're going to add this to the floor. We are going to do it. Let me just, I'm going to quickly convert these over. I'm going to walk through it again. Converting these files to DDS. So let me add a new folder. And we're going to call it DDS. Let's minimize. Well, actually, let's just bring up the browser. Exit out of this. You can follow along. If you have another texture, you can do it while I'm doing this. All right. Let's start with the color. Sometimes when you download, you might get a whole bunch of different things, different images. Just know that we want the base color. We want a normal map. You can use whichever one of these you want if you have two different kinds. And then we want the roughness. So we're going to start with the base color. Boom. 100% convert now. Download. Click the link. Grab this. DDS. Let's open that up. And we're going to name this black tile. I don't think I have anything named that. No, this is a new file. So black tile. Yeah. Underscore diffuse. We'll go with that. Exit out of that. Get rid of that. Choose file. We'll choose this normal map. Again, it don't matter. Okay, download. Click the link. Come on, you can do it. Then I gotta make the graffiti also, because we're gonna put a little bit of graffiti on the wall. Normal map. Let's basically same title, same thing. Black tile norm. There we go. And exit out of that. Get rid of that. Open another one. And now we need the roughness, which is also the spec. Convert now. Download. Click the link. Drag and drop. Boom. Name it again. Black tile underscore spec. Okay, let's spell it right. Doesn't matter if you misspell it. It don't matter. All right, let's go back into Blender. Okay, now that we have done that, we're gonna press in. Let's move this out just away, just a little bit. We are going to. Okay, we'll probably end up redoing the frames too. I will. But I won't for this tutorial. I'm just gonna leave everything brick, but you can change. I'm gonna, after I show you how to add the second texture, you'll know what to do to, go and change the frames also. Eventually I'll end up changing the frames, but for the sake of this video and the length of this video, we're not gonna do all that. But just press in. We're gonna add a new shader. You just create shader material, and if you go here, you will see there's a new one here. So this is the first one. You can name it black brick, and then you can name this one black underscore tile. All right, so this is the one that we've already made. You see over here there are names in each section, and if you click on the new one, there's nothing here. It just says texture. All right, so you can hide that menu, press in, and I'm gonna go on and add these textures. All right, Control V. The base color, diffuse texture, we added that. Our spec, let's go get our spec, which is our roughness. Let's go, and then let's do our normal. Boom. Okay, so you see nothing has changed. You're like, well, why hasn't anything changed? I added a new texture because we have to assign it. So what you need to do is tap into edit mode. All right, and I just want to change my floors. Whatever you want to do, you can do, but I'm changing the floors, so I am selecting the floors. Okay, you can do it by selecting individual, or you can select in box select and choose them all. All right, Now that I have the floor selected, I'm going to go and select the second material that I created. And with the floor selected, I'm going to click on assign. And the floor should be different now. And it is. Do I like it? Yeah, it's decent. We'll leave it for now. Should we resize it any? Or should we leave it like that? Let me look at the image so I know. Cause sometimes I'll go try to make it, what makes sense. Okay. Let me just see. Go in edit mode. I'm gonna size it down just a little. Yeah, I like that better. Yeah. Okay. So it's just 2 textures. Save. Make sure you're saving. And I hope I'm speaking through the mic, because sometimes I be looking to the side and I don't know if my voice be coming through or not. So those are our 2 textures. Now I'm gonna do the graffiti, and I'm gonna change this wall. This wall right here. I think that's the wall I want to change. I might change them both, or maybe I'll change the back wall. Nah, I'm gonna do that one. Well, okay. Let's not waste any time, because this video is getting long. I use Canva to create, get my photos, to when I'm making photo frames, artwork. These are some textures that I'm working on creating. This is the artwork that you saw in Flawless Salon. I made it through Canva. You will have to, experiment with dimensions. So, because when you bring it into Blender, if your photo frame, your artwork isn't a square, if it's like a long rectangle, this isn't going to work very well. So you want to make sure you set up your dimensions like you should. If you go back here, it says you can create custom size. You would choose your custom size and figure out your dimensions, what you would need. So I'm going to start here, because I feel like this wall is, if we look, right, it's kind of like a square, right? This is more like the rectangle. This is like the square. So we're just going to stick with the square shape. So this is what we're going to go with. I'm going to go down to photos, because I want some graffiti. I found this one that I kind of like. I can set it as an image background. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. But you can type in, I had typed in graffiti. It was some really cool ones here. And I have a paid subscription, so I have access to these are really cool. I have access. If you don't have a paid subscription, you probably won't have access to this. And I don't know if you have access to this, so let me see if I can find it. Yeah, this one is a paid one too. I pay $12 a month for Canva, and to get access to everything. This one is interesting. That one could be interesting too. Oh, that one is cool. It's so many different. I know somebody was asking, I don't know if it was in Discord or on the YouTube video, I can't remember, but this is where you can get them from anywhere. Any image that you find can be turned into a texture for your MLOs. Just keep in mind, be careful, because there are stuff out there that is copywritten, and you can get in trouble if you use somebody else's work. So be conscious of that. This one is really cool too. Yeah, that's fire. Between this one, I don't really care for that one. Let me delete that one. And this one, these are really nice. That's so cool. I don't know which one to use. Let me see. I might go with the white, because it's if you come inside and boom, then boom. That one. Oh, or maybe that one, because it's giving this deeper. Yeah, we're gonna go with the orange. I think it might pop a little more. Or we could do orange on this wall, and then the other one we can put on that wall. Let's see. Whatever the case may be, let's get them both. So basically, once you've created your image, simple, did it easy work. You're gonna come over here to share and go down to download. No transparent background. We are gonna keep it PNG. It doesn't. I wish it already had DDS, but they don't. So we're just gonna keep it PNG. OMG, PNG. Click on select pages. We're not gonna do all. We're just gonna do one at a time. Done. Download. And before we even create somewhere where you want to save it. Honestly, I'm just gonna save it here, just for now. Okay, I'm just gonna save it here. Not yet. We're gonna go on and convert it first. It's in my downloads. 100%. Okay, download that. I'll just save it here just for now. Boom. Okay, we're gonna call this orange underscore bricks diffuse. This one is not gonna have all the extra, diffuse, normal and roughness to it. This is what I was telling you all, that some stuff you don't need it. You just don't need it. So we're gonna basically give it to this wall. Before we do that, we need to add a new shader, and we're just gonna do a default shader material. You can create a normal map and all of that, but we're not going to talk about that in this video. If you wanted your image to have more detail, to maybe even stick out from the wall, but yeah, we're not doing that this time. All right. Now do it. You have to do it in object mode so to know. Create shader material. Okay, so this is it. Expand this, so you see that this looks a little bit different, a lot of it different than the other one looks. This material, because we're only using one image. If you're familiar with Blender, you probably don't even need to use you don't need to use this to add your materials, because you already know how to do it. Eventually I'm hoping in a future video I will be showing, going into more detail on how to create better materials, but we'll just go with this for now. Okay, so it does look different. So what we're gonna do is just go grab our texture. This is the one that we converted. We're gonna assign it to that wall. Let's rename it orange bricks. Okay, we're gonna assign it to this wall, so click assign, and what do we have? There it is, in tab. We're gonna resize this because look at it. If you notice, right, let's go on the outside and look at it. It's like tiled. So this is the image right here, and it is tiled. We don't want it to be tiled. So let's see if we can fix it. Come up by coming over here. Oh shoot, go back into edit mode. I don't know. Wait, if you scale it up. Gee. I'm not sure if that's what I wanted. Let me look at the image again. Was it that big? Let me look at it again. Where is it? I guess it is a big texture. It is big, oversized bricks. All right, so we'll leave that. Okay, so that is that. And let's do let's do this wall next, okay? Let's go back to Canva and let's download the second image. PNG, page 6, done, download. Let's come back over here. Okay, should be in my downloads now. Yeah, grab it. Click convert. Okay, now download. Click the link to download it. We're gonna drop this one here too, and then we're gonna call this one red. I don't know, graffiti. Let's just say graffiti. I don't know. You can name it whatever you want. Graffiti diffuse, because that's more like red though, right? It doesn't matter. Name it what you want to name it. Okay, we need to add a new texture material. Okay, let's do that. This is about to be a fire little hacker spot. Like, hello, look at this. Stop playing. Oh my god. Okay, we're adding a new material. Stay in object mode, press N. We're gonna create another default shader material, and you just call it I don't know, since I named it graffiti. It's horrible naming, right? I know. Let's just call it graffiti. I don't have time. Come over here to texture, choose the one that you want. Okay, perfect. Now you can go into edit mode, select this wall, make sure that's the only wall that's selected. Graffiti, assign, same thing. We're just gonna resize it. Oh wait, wrong way. Boom. And then just move it. Oh shoot. G to move. Like, is that good enough? Like that. Ooh, stop playing. What? Let me look at it because I feel like it might be off a little bit. No, that's it. It like this is down on some. Like, it could be taller. Let me see. Dive into edit mode. Scale on the Y. Wrong way. No, I don't want to do that. I just see. Okay, we'll just leave it like that. This is just a tutorial. That's fire. Stop playing. Look at it. I be getting too excited. Make sure you're saving along the way. All right, let's do the window, because we need our window, and we also have to get the material for it too. I like it. Stop playing. Okay, I can sit here and spin around this because I love doing. I have such a huge passion for doing this. I can just sit and spin around this and admire this like it's complete, like it's completed, and it's not. Okay, let's unhide the sheds just so we can look. What? It's just gonna be so like incognito. So incognito. Stop playing. Okay. Hold on, y'all. All right, so let's move this out of the way. Let's, I said we could leave the walls and stuff shiny. I don't necessarily want the walls to be shiny, so I'll go on and show you how to change it now. If you come over here to the right hand side of the screen to this is not the outliner, but this toolbar here. If you come over here, you're gonna go down to material, make sure that is selected, and then go down to solemns and expand. If you don't already have it, expand it. Is it value? The value parameters, and we are going to we're going to change the specular intensity, the fall off, and the Fresnel. So we'll put the specular down. You really have to just experiment with these numbers, but I'm going to give you some numbers to try out. I'm going to give you some numbers to try out for yourself. Let's change the specular intensity to some. almost close to 0, but not quite. Or, you know, if that's what floats your boat, then do that. We're gonna change it to like 0.2. We'll move the fall off. This is just something that I've seen like in a different video. To 5, and then we'll change the Fresnel to 0.94. Again, this is just something I've seen in another video tutorial. I'm still experimenting with these shaders too. I don't have any specific numbers that I just, you know, always go to. Again, I am just experimenting and just using the numbers that I got or remember from the video that I watched. So I'm going to change the the tile texture too, to where it's not so shiny. I think it was 0.2. Because this is like just a hacker lounge, nothing really needs to be super duper shiny. And then if you hide the shed again, so you can hide the shed again, shift, and then now you can see it's not, you don't see it, there's a slight gloss, but we're in Blender, and you know, sometimes you just can't get rid of everything in Blender from the eye, especially in this viewport, in this viewing. If you go into render mode and then you turn on some lights and all that, you can see stuff a little bit better. So we'll leave it there. This brick, are we gonna, I can see that as tiling. I'm not sure if it's going to be much of a issue. It is tiling. I might change the size of this brick just a little. I just can't deal with tiling, y'all. I just don't like it. Make sure we select everything. So make sure when you're editing your UV map, just know that whatever you have selected over here will pop up over here. Even if it's not all highlighted over here, you can't press A over here and expect to get this whole building. You need to have this entire building selected first in order to get everything over here. Okay? So with that being said, I'm just going to size it down slightly and see if that that's bothering me. That's gonna bother me until it's not doing that anymore. Oh shoot, it messed up the floor. Let me undo that. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Okay. All right, so actually this is gonna wrap it up for today's video. I'm gonna save the window for one of the last things that we do. For when we put the door, we're gonna put the window and the door on the same video. I think I'm just gonna save it towards the end because there's so much more we have to do to create that window, and this will end up being a 2-hour long video. I really hope this video was helpful, y'all. Our next video, we will be creating the collisions, turning this into a drawable, making it into the actual MLO so that we can test it in game. So next video would be, you could say by the end of next video, the MLO will be basically done. The only thing that we will need to do is obviously add our door, our window, and get rid of the occlusions. We are almost finished, y'all. And then we're going to go and grab, you know, already made models from GTA and furnish this interior with it. Okay, so I hope this series is being helpful, has been helpful for you. I'm trying not to go too fast because it can be overwhelming. I'm gonna keep saying that. It can be overwhelming. Practice makes perfect anyhow. So yeah, I will see you on Monday for the next video. Okay, love you. I will talk to you soon.